y'all? Welcome back to my channel.
That's my shit, that's my way. Do it like that and I repeat. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. That's my shit, that's my way. Do it like that and I repeat. Don't be scared, I ain't afraid. Just like that, come my way. Yeah, I said do that, baby.
As you can see from the title of this video, you can see that I have a crazy story time for y'all. I told people this story I don't know how many times. How many times. So I'm not gonna jibber jabber and get right into the video. So basically, spring of 2020. What I'm talking about? Spring of 2020, right before I went home for spring break, or basically spring break, I got my hair done. Yeah, I had went home for good. Because of COVID. Basically, you guys, I went home, and I wanted to get my hair done. You know, it's gonna be Easter, and you know, us black girls, we like to get our hair done for Easter, especially from where I'm from, St. Petersburg. Getting your hair done and looking good on Easter is just a thing, okay? So I wanted some silky twists. Now, this is a huge debate that I have with a lot of people here in Tallahassee and at FAMU. What do y'all call silky twists? Please comment down below. Silky twist or rope twist, or I don't know. I call them silky twists when I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. We call it silky twist. All this rope twist and all this other stuff. Anyways, I was getting me some silky twists, and you know, I had made an appointment with so many people. It was one girl I made an appointment with, and you know, she bugged on me like the day before. And then I had another girl who, you know, I made an appointment with, and I made my deposit with both girls. Actually, they sent back both of my deposits. Like, you know, around this time, COVID had just started happening, so everybody was trying to get their hair appointments and get their hair done for Easter, and just in general, like, everybody was trying to get their hair done. So everybody was like really booked. So I had made an appointment with another girl to get braids and not silky twists, and she was gonna actually come to my house and do it at like 7 in the morning. And then like the day before, or like either the day before, the night before, or the morning of, she texted me and was like, hey, I overbooked myself, or I promised my cousin I would do her hair, or some stuff. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need somebody to do my hair. So this is basically one of those situations where, you know, you trying to rush to do something, and God's like, no, you don't need to do it. But you like, God, I need it done. And God like, no, just chill, because then you're going to end up in a situation you don't want to be in, because you're trying to rush and do something. Just wait. I didn't want to wait. So I ended up texting one of my old coworkers, and you know, she's like a close friend, and I ended up texting her like, Bree, like, I'm trying to get my hair done. Could you please direct me in a position to, you know, somebody who would do my hair? Like, people keep bugging on me, you know, because she gets her hair done a lot. So I know she would know somebody. So she had insisted this lady that she went to. So she gave me her number. You know, her twist came out really nice. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to her. So I hit the girl up, I text the number, and I'm like, hey, can you do me some silky twists on this day? How much do you charge? I don't know if you guys do this where y'all from, but where I'm from in St. Pete, when, you know, you getting like braids or silky twists, they'll have different prices for different lengths. So they have like mid bag or not shoulders, but like mid bag, and then you got booty length. So like I wanted booty length silky twist, and that I believe was gonna be like 120 or like 160, 130. It wasn't gonna be like really expensive. So she was like, yeah, I'll do your hair. And I think she had told me it'll take like 2 days. No, she didn't tell me it was gonna take 2 days at that moment. But anyway, she was like, yeah, I'll do your hair. This is the day we can do it. This is the time. Da, 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 da. So it comes time for me to get my hair done. I've already washed it. I blow dried my hair. All of that. So lady, I'm texting her, hey, where do I come, you know, to get my hair? Because we never discussed locations. So the girl calls me. Okay. The girl calls me. She was like, hello. I was like, hello? She was like, yes, so I'm finna come get you. And I'm like, okay. Cause you know, I'm like, I want my hair done. So I don't care if this girl finna take me to the park and do my hair. My job, it's probably like it's nighttime. Cause I remember it was dark. So it's nighttime, probably like 7. So I'm like, okay. And I called my friend. I'm like, Bree, the girl just said she finna come get me. Like, is that normal? Did she call you to come get her? Like, what's up? So she was like, oh yeah, she gonna do it at her grandma's house. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine or whatever. But I was just confused at the fact that she didn't want me to drive to her. She wanted to come and get me, which is something I've never done before. Like, nobody has ever came and got me. I've always went to the appointment. But anyway, I'm like, whatever. And then I started second guessing it because I'm like, you know, I don't know this lady. She don't know me, and you trying to pick me up? Like, that already screamed ghetto. So the girl comes and I get in the car. Get in the car and she's driving. And we get to like the stop sign before you turn off to the main road on the street that my house is on. So she gets to the stop sign and she's like, so I'm gonna do your hair at my homeboy house cause I like to smoke when I do hair and my grandma don't let me smoke in her house. Again, I was like, okay. I didn't care. I wanted my hair done. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, maybe this just, you know, a little friend house, you know, just a little house. So we go to the gas station, or like a corner store, and she was like, you better get some snacks because, you know, you might be hungry or thirsty. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, do you want anything? And she was like, you know, a soda is fine. So I got her something. I got me like some water and like some chips and like a Slim Jim or something. So I get back in the car. Y'all. And we drive to the place. And where we're from, we're basically on the street to the location we're going to get my hair done. And basically it took like 5 to 8 minutes to get there. So, you know, she's driving and, you know, I'm paying attention to where I am just in case, you know, I had to hit her in the face real quick, drive off, anything. Like, I just was paying attention to where I was going. So, we turned into a motel. And I'm like, okay, hold on. She finna do my hair at a motel. Mind y'all, where I'm from in St. Pete, it's this main street called 34th Street. And basically where we were going, it was like where crackheads, prostitutes, homeless people, you know, stay at. So I'm like, okay, I know this girl not finna do my hair at this motel. I just said a quick prayer, God, please, if you love me, just get me out this situation safe. Just let me get my hair done so I can, you know, be cute for Easter. You know, that's the holiday that celebrates you, God. I just want to look good for you. Like, that's it. So she pulled into a parking spot and she proceeds to say, so my car battery, it's been acting up lately. So if, you know, it don't crank up when we leave, you probably gonna have to call the Uber.
You lying? You not?
Y'all, so strike 1 was her coming to pick me up. Strike 2 was she not doing my hair at her grandma's house. It changed to some motel. And 3 was her car acting up. So this whole time you weren't gonna ask me to drive my car or meet you at the location because your car's been acting up. You picked me up knowing that your car is messed up. So at this point I was just like, okay. So y'all, I go to texting my friend that assisted me. I start texting her everything that's going on. I'm like, please share locations with me just because you gotta come get me. I don't know where I'm at. I'm at this crackhead house, crack house. I'm at this trap house. I had to text my cousin. I'm like, sis, if, you know, I need a ride, can you please come get me? I'm trying to get my hair done. She was like, yeah, I got you. So we go in, y'all, and of course it's a rinky-dink motel. And hold on, let me check my phone. 10 minutes. Yeah. So we go in, and of course it's a rinky-dink motel. Like, I thought it was so rinky-dink, y'all. It smelled like cigarettes. The TV was just, you know, a box TV. It was ghetto. It was ghetto. So I think I waited for her to get me a chair so I could sit down. And there's a man in there. He is a Jamaican man.
Here, trying, holding on by a string.
And then I sit down, she parts my hair, she does everything, she gets the hair ready, and her and the man start to smoke, and she was like, "You don't mind if I smoke, do you?" So you waited this whole time to ask me, do I mind if you smoke? That's the whole point of us being here. It's for you to smoke. Smoke! So I'm like, no, I don't. And so as she's, smoking and she's parting my hair and she starts, there's this man who comes from like this back door. He comes in and he's just walking in and out, in and out.
You know what? Let me just exit my presence from this madness.
I'm like, oh guys, another man here. It's a Jamaican man. She's smoking. I'm gonna be stained. My hair gonna smell like cigarettes and weed. God, if you get me out of this situation, I promise you, I won't never get my hair done again. Please. So at this point, I'm just praying to God, and my anxiety starts to kick in because I have this big fear that, either the man that's there was gonna kidnap me. Like, he kept calling some number. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm here, yeah. And then they'll go outside, and then the other dude will go out there too, and then they'll come back in. So at this point, I'm like, what's going on? Like, why they keep going out there like that? Like, so at this point, I'm just trying to eat my snacks and texting my sis, like, you might have to come get me. So, time starts to go, and they're watching like Cops or something, and they were laughing at it. We just watching it, but my anxiety's still, through the roof. So I'm thinking about all my exit plans and all that. And I ended up trying to come up with a plan to leave because I didn't want to be there anymore. My heart was racing at this point. Like, my anxiety was literally through the roof. And, I kept saying to myself, maybe this is a sign. If, I'm having a gut feeling about this, maybe I should leave. Like, when you really don't feel safe. So I'm like, God, I need to go. Please give me a way to get out of the situation. So I ended up telling the girl, I'm like, hey, so you think you can do my hair at my house because my grandma just had surgery and she needs help getting around the house.
Okay.
And she was like, you need to go? I was like, yeah. And she was like, okay. So she was like, okay, let me finish like these last two. So she had finished, like, she was doing like this side of my hair. So I think she finished this side. She did like a few braids and a twist. And she was like, let me just finish these few. So I'm like, okay. So after a while, she finished up. So she was like, let me go see if my car gonna crank. Y'all. She had the man go outside to see if the car was gonna crank. It didn't crank. So she was like, you're gonna have to call an Uber because my car ain't crank.
You know what? I'm done. I'm fucking done. Done.
So the car went crank, and I'm like, oh, of course. So she like, yeah, you're gonna have to call a ride or whatever. So I already had my ride in the bag. So I called my cousin. I'm like, hey, sis, can you come get me?
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
So she came. She dropped me and the girl off to my grandma's house. We go home, and my grandma said, so I go in my grandma's room, and I'm like, Grandma, you have to act like you can't get around because I told her that you can't walk, so we had to come back to my house to do the hair. And she was like, what? So my grandma, she wasn't getting it. So as soon as I was like, just stay here, she was like, okay. I go back in my room. This girl get up and she come in my room and she opened the door. She said, hey, how you doing? So I'm like, I just lied to this lady and told her that you can't get her. Whatever. So the girl didn't answer questions because while she was doing my hair, y'all, she started leaning like on me. Now, I don't know what kind of drugs she was taking or smoking. Now, I said weed, but I don't, So she begins like, when she's twisting, because she was twisting really fast. So she was twisting, and then she'll like go like this on me. I didn't say nothing again because I was just mad uncomfortable. So I was just letting her do whatever. If she was to follow me and fall asleep, I probably would have sat there and let her. So after a while, she was like, oh, I'm probably gonna have to finish this tomorrow because I'm getting sleepy. So I'm like, okay. So she was like, you think you can take me home? I was like, yeah. So we went ahead and I took her home. She was like, I'll come back at like 7 in the morning and finish your hair. I'm like, okay. So I took her home. She finished this side. Like, this side was finished. She just had this side and the back of my hair out. So I'll take her home and then I come back and get her in the morning. Which is good because she stuck to her word. I was scared that she wasn't gonna finish my hair. So she stuck to her word and she came back and I came back and got her. And we was doing, she was doing my hair in my room and she was talking to me. Yeah, the conversation was real ghetto. I had a vlog where I put a clip in of her talking to me about her boyfriend. I was like in jail and stuff, y'all. She was just talking to me. And then eventually she wanted to go outside, of course, so she could smoke. So she finished my hair outside of my house on my porch. Real ghetto. I bet my neighbors was like, what is going on? Like, it was just so ghetto, y'all. So she finally finished my hair. And she was like, can you take me back to the motel, you know, when my car was, my battery died. So mind y'all, her car was still at the motel. She never went back and got it. So I'm like, yeah, I'll take you. So my hair done. I don't care. I'll take her to, you know, Alaska at this point. So, you know, I dropped her back off to the hotel. And the man came outside who, you know, was where we was at. Her friend came outside. He was gonna help her pop the trunk so she can get a jump. So, I don't know how, but the keys ended up getting locked in the car. Y'all, when I tell y'all, it was the funniest crap ever because she was so mad. Like, she was just like, what the freak, man? How you lock my keys in the car, man? Like, she just kept saying that over and over and over. Like, y'all, she was just so mad. She had neighbors from the motel coming out trying to help. And at this point, my hair was done. I paid for my hair. I ain't need to help her no more. But you know what? I did end up giving her my jumper cables. Because I know she probably would have needed it. And if it was me in that predicament, you know, my battery already dead. I done locked the keys in the car. Like, at this point. So I ended up giving her my jumper cables. I don't know if that helped, but, you know, whatever. But long story short, y'all, that was just the most ghetto experience I ever had getting my hair done. And I was terrified the whole time. But it made for a funny story. Like, I told everybody, like, who asked about my hair or who complimented me on my hair. I was just like, thank you. But it was, I almost died trying to get my hair done. And it was crazy. But long story short, just wait. I went through all that, y'all, to get my hair done. All of that. St. Pete is so crazy, y'all. Like, that was like the most ghetto thing I ever experienced. So, yeah. Never again. I liked my hair though. I'll probably insert some pictures of my hair, like how it came out. Y'all saw it when I had like my Tuka Twisted. It was really nice. She did really good. She was really fast. It was really neat. But she was just really ghetto. To this day, I think a few times, like I complimented her on her work. I was like, I really love my twists. When I took them out, I was like, you did a really good job on my hair. She did a good job. She, I hope you guys enjoyed this story time as crazy as it was. Let me know, comment down below if you enjoyed the video. If you guys would like for me to do more. Yeah. So I will see you guys in my next